Hello, hello. Welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Karradyne?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm fine. You're coughing a lot.
Yeah, no, it's never ending. After I said I wasn't really coughing that much last week, I coughed through the whole episode. We had to pause all the time.
And now it looks
and
like
now I can't even say hello without a coughing fit.
Looks like we're going to go through the whole shit this week again.
Yay.
A lot of cuts.
Yep.
A lot of you coughing.
Yep. My sister-in-law told me a medicine that I need, but it requires a prescription. And I don't like prescriptions.
Nah, doctors.
I don't like going to the doctor.
No, we're an anti-doctor podcast.
No, we aren't, but
Vaccines aren't
still
real.
hate it. Oh my God.
Birds aren't real.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, that.
Hey, if this is your first episode or your 131st episode coming into the show, welcome. We're glad you're joining us for an episode of A Novel Console. We hope you stick around, have some laughs, and maybe find some new things to enjoy. If you want to reach out to us, you can do it on our socials, which is basically at A Novel Console on every platform. Or you can email us directly at anovelconsole@gmail.com. Or if you would like to support us, you could do it at patreon.com/anovelconsole.
Please tell your friends about the show. We've actually had really good listenership here lately, which is weird for us. But yeah, keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And please leave us a review. Reviews help us be more discoverable. We also have a Discord, so if you'd like to join, shoot us an email or go to our Twitter and look for the pinned tweet.
Karradyne, I know you're excited for March.
I am. I'm a little overwhelmed by the fact that it's literally Wednesday, and I forgot to plan for it.
And we're also recording our first Middle-earth March on Tuesday.
Yeah, at least, before it's even March, at least that first one, I don't have to read anything.
No,
Thank God.
and for the...
Not that I don't want to, but we all know how slow I am.
And for the third one, you don't have to read anything.
Woo!
Maybe for the second, definitely for the last one. Hopefully I can get a game finished by the second and the last one, because I'm planning on playing the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games, and I know they're a little bit needy. I've played through them before, but I really want to give them a full playthrough for the podcast.
Did you say meaty or needy? Or
Meaty.
both?
Meaty.
Are they needy?
No, they are meaty. Like, they are fleshy. Muscly. Like steak.
They're man-fleshy.
They are man-fleshy.
Man-flesh.
Exactly. And they have a man-swine in them.
I hate that term. I don't like that already.
Why?
It bothers me.
Why does it bother you?
I don't like it. It's stupid.
It's like, that's what the orcs scream at you sometimes.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't like it.
And Celebrimbor uses his ghost powers. He's like, "You will be mine." And the orcs are like bugging out, and they end up doing everything you tell them to do.
I'm interested to see some of this.
Yeah? Are you going to sit down and watch me play some of it?
I'll try. We'll see if it makes me ill.
I don't think it will. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, do we want to ask the listeners for anything for Middle-earth March if they want to contribute?
Literally anything. Literally anything. Memories, thoughts,
Opinion.
hatred.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We will welcome all the hatred that you have for Galadriel in the Rings of Power show.
But only in the Rings of Power.
Yes, because she sucks. She's terrible. Speaking of terrible, Warner Bros. Announced that they're going to...
have new Lord of the Rings films.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought they were saying they were already going to remake them. Like, it's only been 20 years.
Only.
Why would you remake them after 20 years? I don't think they ever need to be remade, personally. But then I realized
any movie needs to be remade. Ever.
Well, but this was technically a remake because it had been made into cartoons and shit.
It's a live adaptation of the book.
Live action.
Live action adaptation of the book. Not. They can make cartoon adaptations. I would be fine with a Scott Pilgrim animated series or movie or whatever.
I'm kind of surprised there isn't one.
There was a little one. It's like 3 minutes long.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like Scott in high school.
It's like a YouTube video? Or?
Kind of. It's on YouTube. It was like Scott in high school. he meets this girl. They start a band.
Ramona. Oh,
N-
no,
uh,
not Ramona.
He meets Kim. He starts dating Kim. She saves him. He saves her from a 7 foot tall dude, and he kicks him so hard that he sees the curvature of the earth. Stuff like that.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's just
Short.
yeah.
Didn't go anywhere.
I mean, it did bring that backstory about the relationship of
Yes.
Scott and Kim, but it wasn't anything major.
Well,
So
I'm pumped if it's new stuff, and I read the article and it implied that Peter, Fran, and Philippa would be working on the movie. They were the three big ones for all of
implied.
the. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what is that?
Oh God, is that in the parking lot?
It sounds like it.
AKA, could it be going off for a while?
Oh my lord!
There have been too much shit going on in this apartment complex.
It stopped.
So, oh boy.
Somebody screamed. What the hell?
So our friends had their car stolen. Before that, a car drove into the apartment building next to us. I'm pretty sure we talked about that.
Yeah, more than
That
a
was
year
more
ago.
than a year ago.
Yeah.
That was around Christmas time.
More
But
than a year
the year,
ago.
yeah. And then to this morning, somebody else drove into another building.
Mm-hmm.
An old person who probably didn't have any business driving.
Mm-hmm.
And now car alarms going off. Yay. Always something.
Oh, and the other day, I didn't tell you about that, but the trash compactor got stuck on.
Are you serious? So it was just making that like grinding noise constantly? That trash compactor is a nightmare.
It was the day that I had to take Luna to the vet. So like it was going by the time I left, and when I came back, it was still going. And then I went outside
And it was still going?
later on, like 3 hours. No, and the mechanic was just like fixing it. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And when I look, it's the trash compactor just going off.
I often think about how the rich, entitled people I interact with on a daily basis would survive in this apartment complex.
Oh, they would not.
They would die.
They would not.
They would be up in arms.
So what are you saying that? Why do you say that they're going to be involved? Did I ask you that already?
Yeah, it's in the article. It said they've all been contacted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So I don't want these Rings of Power people to have anything to do with this shit.
I don't want them to have anything to do with Rings of Power.
Plus, it's Warner Brothers, so they're not going to go working with Amazon. I imagine there might be, I don't know anything about anything. Maybe conflicts of interest. Who knows? I just hope that it's Peter. If nobody else, definitely Peter. Well, no, I need all three. And then it would be cool if they did,
If they
a
got Don
story
Marshall
about the
involved.
hobbits afterwards. He's already on TikTok giving them suggestions of ridiculous things.
Oh,
He
Lord.
wants a thirsty Daddy Thranduil movie. He wants Sam reuniting with Frodo in the Undying Lands, but it was like a joke. He's like, you only need a 3-person cast. You need someone to row the boat with Sam in it to the Undying Lands. He's like, actually, no, you only need 2 people. The boat can sail itself. Them reuniting, the end.
Wow. So what's the story going to be?
Exactly.
Like just Frodo, Sam in the boat having
I
thoughts?
want an Aragorn and Arwen through the end of their days movie.
I mean, I feel like it would
That's just me.
It would be so boring.
I'd say something about the Rohirrim, but they're doing that anime movie about the Rohirrim.
Rohirrim would be cool.
Maybe, I was going to say maybe like Sauron backstory. It would be really cool if we could go back to the First Age and see everything created, and like Morgoth and everything. That would be
pretty
awesome.
Cool. That would be pretty cool.
Or just like reimaginings for after everything. I don't know. It would be really awesome if they did something with Tom Bombadil, since we were robbed of Tom Bombadil.
Right.
Hell, I'd even be cool with like a super minor character movie. Like we have more Beorn and Tom Bombadil and all the random little blip characters.
What's
Some more Radagast.
More Denethor.
We don't need more Denethor, unless it's a different Denethor. We could have Boromir and Faramir growing up and seeing all the poor abuse that little Faramir went through, being compared to his brother constantly.
Yeah, and have them be played by the exact same actors. So we could see like a grown ass Sean Bean being treated like a child by his dad, like
Oh my
giving
gosh, I
him
can't.
like all the praise. What the fuck is going on today? You heard that noise that Luna made?
Yes. A Baron and Luthien movie? That would be really nice.
Oh, is she?
Luna's making some weird boof boof noises.
Is she boofing? Or
I think
is
she's boofing, but it's like a broken boof.
pick her up so she can stop.
Anyway, we can continue this conversation next week.
Yes, we can. We can. Because that's probably going to be the whole episode, just our Lord of the Rings ideas. Anyways, so last week we released the backlog of Doom,
Yes.
and my favorite game of all time is Star Fox 64. What does that have to do with the backlog of Doom?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly, because the day after the backlog of Doom was released was Star Fox 30th
Day.
anniversary. The 30th anniversary.
Oh, it's almost as old as you.
The 30th anniversary. I am 32. I was 2 years old when the first Star Fox game came out. And it made me think that I have been playing Star Fox 64 since 1997 when it came out. So I've been playing Star Fox for longer than I was alive at the point where it came out. For most of my life, Star Fox has been in it.
Yeah.
And I decided this weekend, because on Wednesday I'm recording a podcast with somebody about the story of Star Fox and the history and the lore and everything about Star Fox. And I decided to start playing all of the Star Fox games. I've beaten most of them. I got like three that I haven't gone through. No, 4 actually. I haven't beaten Command again. I haven't beaten Adventures again. I haven't beaten the original again, and I haven't beaten 2 again. But I beat 64, I beat Assault, I'm playing Zero right now. I'm having the time of my life. And that's what I'm going to talk about on this week's Read and Plays. All Star Fox.
And while you played, I sat in here with you last night.
Right, when I played Assault last night.
I did. Normally I would go to the bedroom or hang out in the living room, but I hung out with you because weekend, and we had not hung out all day.
I think you
We
also
normally spend Saturdays together.
I think you also hung out with me because I connected the GameCube to the computer.
Yeah, you took my TV.
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I connected the GameCube to the computer. That's where I was playing Star Fox.
Right. And I was able to take your TV and watch Pride and Prejudice.
You had that shit loud as fuck.
It was beautiful.
It is so loud.
I heard it in my dreams.
Like, I turned on the Switch this morning and I went deaf when I turned on YouTube.
I'm kind of deaf.
You are. You need to get your ears checked.
I really do.
Or maybe just de-wax them. Maybe you have a lot of earwax buildup in them.
I think you're crazy. You want to get me one of those earwax candle things?
I want one so bad.
Let's get one.
I want to see how bad
How
my
much
ears
are they? You think yours are bad? Let's just wait and see how bad mine are. I remember when my mom used to do them to my little brother. Ooh, that was some of the most horrific shit I've ever seen in my life. He had some gnarly crap coming out of his ears.
Ugh.
Bless his little heart.
It's your brother.
But yeah, I set up camp in here. I had my books. I had my candle. I had my beverage. I think it was just water. And my Pride and Prejudice. And then I fell asleep. I was very cranky when I woke up.
I was very cranky
Incredibly
with how loud
cranky.
your movie was. And
You
how
could have
hot it
told
was
me
in
to turn
here.
it off. You turned the fan back on.
Yeah,
I
'cause
had
I
you
was
turn it off
sweating.
because I was cold. And then you turned it back on. I was cold.
I was sweating.
I've been really cold this weekend. I'm afraid I'm getting sick again. I feel like I never got better, and now I feel like I might be getting sick again. Don't look at me like that.
Don't start.
I can't help like how high volume people I'm around every day, whereas you're around just the same little group every day.
Well, you're gonna have
Lucky
to.
you.
You're gonna have to start taking a lot of emergency
Oh my God.
because we cannot have you being sick. We cannot afford to be sick again. Even
This
if we do
lady-
get to work from home.
This lady that I met at work told me that when you're sick, you should be taking 2,000 grams of vitamin C every day, milligrams, whatever, 2,000 whatever it is, those things. Milligrams,
I think.
not grams. I don't remember math.
Grams are a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. And 1,000 milligrams when you're not sick. I also think we need to take elderberry supplements again because I remember when flu season was really, really bad one year before the pandemic started, my dad and my stepmom started taking it, and they were like healthy beasts. And I need to be a healthy beast.
So we need to go to Mount Dora and buy that elderberry tea again.
We need to get the elderberry tea and elderberry gummies and lots of vitamin C to make me better.
I'd probably do take the 2,000 grams.
Grams? Yeah.
Of vitamin C whenever I'm sick.
Oh my gosh.
I inhale the emergency. All right, we're 15 minutes, and we've said a whole bunch of nothing. So let's go ahead.
Get into it.
Get into what?
Reading plays. This is Reading Plays. Welcome to Reading Plays, bitches, because I don't remember how I start this thing. It's been a little minute since we've done a Reading Plays, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
So what we do is we talk about whatever we've been reading and playing throughout the week, and usually that's good enough for an episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
Gonna be quite honest with you. I haven't really read anything this week, but I have read things recently enough to talk about them, and I read some last night and today. Because
nice.
it was a hectic as fuck week in my life.
So you have King of Battle and Blood. What's that?
Yes, so I knew it wasn't winning on the Patreon poll, but I wanted to read that bitch because I heard
Doesn't even have
that it's
a vote.
dirty as fuck. And I'm like,
Of course.
fuck these Patreon voters. Not really.
Karradyne.
You know what I mean. They know what I mean. Like, I'm just going to read it because I want to. And I've wanted to for a while. I'd been telling myself that whenever I finished, because on my Kindle, I always have two books going at once. I have a Kindle Unlimited book and an ARC going at the same time. And I told myself when I finished my last Kindle Unlimited book, I'd start reading it. Well, I soft DNF'd my last Kindle Unlimited book. I started finishing it. I was like, I'm going to read this bitch. I finished chapter 2 today, and it is already horny as hell. So fucking horny. I'm like baffled. And it seems to be kind of like from Blood and Ash. There's like a kingdom and there are a bunch of vampires and shit. Excuse me. But it seems so far in the whole 2 chapters to be better executed than from Blood and Ash. I think I'm going to like it more.
Which one
even
was
if it's
Blood
just
and
straight
Ash?
up horny the whole time. I can't remember if I talked about it on the podcast. It was another vampire book where the girl was locked up in this kingdom and she was like the Virgin Mary or whatever, and she'd been attacked by some sort of vampire in the past and she had some scars on her face, and I wound up actually liking it, but then I started the second book and I couldn't get into it. Then I decided that the first book really wasn't all that good. I was just horny.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, what you been playing?
Star Fox Assault.
To make you horny?
No. I am not a furry.
I don't know that we would be together if you were.
Yeah, I know.
I think that would be just a little too much for me, especially after putting up with things that were a little too much for me in my past. I don't think I would have taken on another too much for me thing.
Weird kink.
Yep. That's you do you, honey. If that's your thing and you found somebody who supports you, I am happy for you, but I am not one of those people that could support you as my partner.
Anyways, with how much I like Star Fox and play Star Fox, you would think I would be a furry because these are anthropomorphic animals. And
No, just because you enjoy it doesn't mean you're like sexually.
have you seen Crystal?
Crystal.
Fox's girlfriend?
No.
I remind me to show you Crystal. Actually, let me look her up right now so that you can see
I'm ready.
what Crystal looks like. She wears like a little slave Leia outfit.
That's not weird.
Look at that. That's Crystal.
Oh dear. That's
Horny.
that's something.
Why is it so horny?
That's alarming.
Yeah. So she's a Fox girlfriend, and I'm surprised I'm not a furry because of stuff like that. Because she is like that
I
throughout
mean, yeah, that's a good point.
Star Fox Adventures, the entire game. She's all horny like that.
Okay.
It's a little bit upsetting, if I'm honest.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Anyways, so I played Star Fox Assault like when it came out back in the GameCube when I was a teenager in high school. And back then I was like now obsessed with Star Fox. So I was like, new Star Fox game. The last one was fucking awesome, which was Adventures, which is the one that's like Zelda. And I played it because one of my buddies had a party and one of the guys brought it so we could play the multiplayer. And I played a little bit of it and I hated it. I did not like it.
Why?
I felt that the ships were too slow. I felt that the on foot missions were terrible. I felt that the Landmaster fucking sucked, with the Landmaster as the tank that Fox drives.
That fucks?
That Fox drives.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that Fox drives. So yesterday I decided to tell you to get me a converter and it, what is it, an AV to HDMI converter so I could connect the GameCube to the computer or the TV or whatever so I could play. Because my old one died. And I decided to put the game in just to remember what it was like. Because I've been wanting to play it for a while. And I started playing it and I'm like, this is fun. And then I was like, let me check the options. Maybe there's a way to change the controls. Because for some reason they have you point up to look down or point down to look up, which makes no fucking sense in my head. So I went to the controllers. There's an option for you to change it. So I changed it on the on foot and on the tank, and I left it on the ship because on the ship it kind of makes sense. And it's the way that Star Fox has always played on the ship. Up to look down, down to look up on the ship. So that by instinct I do that. So when I changed it, I started playing and I'm like, now it makes sense. Now I'm really having fun. So I had gotten to like mission 5 with the inverted controls and I fixed it and then I got all the way through the rest of the game. So I beat the entire game yesterday while you were sleeping in here.
Well, I was passed out.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Like the on foot missions, they can get hard because you have a bunch of little alien creatures attacking you and some of them have armor, so you have to use your gun and like charge it before you can shoot them and kill them. You can get like a machine gun, a missile launcher, a sniper rifle, fucking grenades, and like there's a variety of missions. So you got like missions where, you know, it's on rails where you're shooting down enemies. There's a bunch of shit coming at you. And those I like the most. I really, really like those the most because, you know, it's classic Star Fox gameplay on rails. You get to the end, open space, you get to fight something. There were some where you're on foot and they gave you a tank and a ship and there's a meter. If it starts getting too full, you got to hop on the ship, fly up, kill stuff, come back down, finish doing what you were doing. A lot of those on-foot missions are mostly they're spawners, so you have to go kill them so that they don't make any more insects. And like they were fine, but like at the last one just felt like it was thrown in for no reason. Like there's another one where you get to visit the planet from Star Fox Adventures, and that one, it's a very tiny place. They give you like 8 spawners to kill, and once you kill them all, it's over. So it just felt like it was plugging a hole. And the stage close to last, where you get to get off the ship and do the same shit, kind of feels the same because you got to kill 4. 2 on one side, 2 on the other side of the base, and then you got to hop on your ship and blast like 8 that are underneath the spaceship that you're fighting. And I didn't like the first 4 that I had to kill, but then when you hop on the ship and, you know, you got a bunch of enemies coming at you and you're flying around and shooting and whatnot, then it gets fun. Then the mission's over and then you get into one very, very long on-rail segment to go to the end of the game, and that was just fucking great. I really, really liked that. The one thing that I didn't like about the game, apart from some of those on-foot missions, was in Star Fox 64, you have the laser beams, so you collect the twin lasers, then the hyper beam. In this game, you collect the laser beams and the hyper beam, but you lose them by the next time you get on the ship.
Dear.
So between stages, it doesn't carry over like on 64, which kind of very fucking annoying. But still a very fun game. Like I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it, and I ended up playing through the whole thing and having a blast.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what's your next book?
I don't even remember. What did I tell you? Hey, hello, stranger? Yes. So I started reading this book today. I forgot that I got an advanced reader's copy of it. It's by Catherine Center. I had never read her before last year, and I read The Bodyguard because I also got an ARC of that. And I actually really like her. Even though her romances are closed door romances, which is a big bummer for me. They're still pretty good stories. This one is cute so far. This girl who is a starving artist, is trying to prove herself. Think her mom is dead. She's got a very disapproving father, and she is celebrating finally having a win, and goes to the grocery store with the $20 that she's got to her name to buy some wine and flowers to celebrate with some friends. And this guy tries to buy everything for her, and he's so handsome, and they argue about it all the way out of the store, whether or not he should have bought her this stuff. And she winds up having a seizure in the middle of the street, and wakes up in the hospital with her evil stepmother.
Very romantic.
Yes, so romantic so far. I'm a whopping 2 chapters in, just like King of Battle and Blood. So, we'll see where this goes. But she writes really funny characters, and that makes up for the fact sometimes that there's no sex. Yes. I mean, there is sex, but you don't get to read about it.
Yeah.
It's just implied.
So, do you think that these people that write closed door romances are just awkward?
No, I don't think so.
They're shy.
A lot of people just don't like
sex.
to read about sex. A lot of people. I remember when I was reading ACOTAR, when the 3rd book came out, I had a readathon with the stalker girl, and she wanted to take turns reading it out loud at one point, which was weird to me. Everything about that girl was weird. I don't know why I even went over there, except I have problems with saying no. I have a very hard time saying no. But she wanted to read aloud stuff, but then she was telling me, "Oh, are you to this part yet?" I had to skip over a couple pages because she'd skip over the sex scenes. That's one of the best parts. It's one of the reasons I'm here for this book. Yeah, it's strange. Yeah. I don't think they're awkward. I think maybe
people
more conservative.
People that are funny and they write funny characters when they have closed door sex scenes.
Yeah.
Is it because you think they call penises Mr. Wiggum?
Oh my gosh. I cannot with you. I can't.
No.
No, Mr. Wiggums?
Mr.
Why?
Wiggums?
That's
Wiggly?
weird.
Wiggly Mans?
No.
Oh.
God.
Squirmy Wormy?
Oh, no.
Jeremy?
Ooey gooey. Oh, no, thank you.
Watch some listener that we don't know called Jeremy be offended and send us an email.
Oh, my gosh.
Fuck you, I'm not a penis.
But do you have one? Because if you have one, you kind of are one.
I mean, you are what you have.
Oh, my God. I can't.
So, Star Fox 64 is my next game.
Okay.
What? How many times have I talked about Star Fox on this podcast already?
Too many times.
Star Fox 64. I've talked about Star Fox 64 3 times already.
You're obsessed.
I gave it a playthrough. Okay, so I gave it a playthrough on the Nintendo Switch online service. So it wasn't the 3DS remake. And surprisingly, it holds up very well. I have a good time every time that I play this game. Sometimes I want to play, experience the olden days of that asshole driving by in that fucking loud ass car.
They're the best.
Yeah. Anyways, I have want of seeing the old graphics, the old fog effects, everything, and I like that it's available on the Switch and that I can play whenever I want. And I decided, well, I'm just going to get through Star Fox 64 before I go into Zero. And I had my route already planned out. So I looked at the map and I saw that the top part of the map was like halfway done, like the two middle planets weren't done, which were Sector Z and Sonus. And I tried to go and do those planets, right? So for you to be able to do them, you have to save Falco, fly under some rings, and then he'll take you through the boss that'll take you through that path. When I was about to fly under the final arch, I accidentally hit the corner of the arch and it bounced me off out of the arch, and I'm like, I didn't even notice. And then like the game continues as normal. I'm like, fuck, I did hit that. Like that really messed up my run. And I'm like, okay, that's no problem. I can still warp to this planet if I do this, and I can take care of it. I go to the next stage, and in the next stage there are like these spirals that you have to hit, and if you hit all of the spirals, then you go into a secret area, and that secret area takes you into another planet. And I can do it like 80% of the time, because there's that one last one that's like low on the corner. And I think it's like the spaceship starts spinning very fast and everything starts getting distorted. The movement becomes a little bit weird. So I tend to miss it, because the one before it's like up and then you have to go down to hit it to the other corner. And I missed it. I'm like, fuck.
Bad aim.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. Let me just go to the next stage. The next stage, fight Star Wolf. Beat him.
Star Wolf. Yes. I can't.
Star Wolf. Star Wolf.
Star Wolf, Star Frog, Star Dog.
No. So there's Star Fox, all right? Fox McCloud, which is a fox. Peppy Hare, which is a rabbit. Slippy Toad, which is a frog. And Falco Lombardi, which is a blue bird.
Falcon.
He's a bird. He's not a falcon. Star Wolf is Wolf O'Donnell, which is a wolf. Leon Powalski, which is a chameleon. Andrew Oikeny, which is a monkey. And Pikma Dengar, who's a pig.
Okay, these are some interesting names.
Yes. So beat Star Wolf, and when you beat Star Wolf, they give you two options. You can go up to the sun and go into the sun, or you can go to the next stage, which is like a research base.
You can be Icarus.
With an experimental weapon that's flying through, right? So I was like, let me just go through the experimental weapon facility, Sector X, and there's some gates that if you shoot and they open and you go through all of them, you can go through a warp and it'll throw you on the other side of the map. So I was like, maybe I can salvage it and get to Sector Z. I start shooting the first gate. I crash into it. It's like, fuck. All right. Just get to the boss. I crashed into it so hard that one of my wings broke. And when your wings break, you lose your lasers. So you have to get a wing repair and then get the lasers again. So I lost my lasers. I'm fighting the boss. And this boss in this stage has two stages. So like the first one, you break his face. Then the second one, you actually break his brain.
His brain?
It's a robot.
Oh.
And if you don't break the brain fast enough, he slaps Slippy onto another planet, and you're forced to go into that planet and save Slippy. If you kill him before, you can go to a different planet where there's a cargo train that you have to destroy before it reaches a destination. So I went there. There's the option to hit switches in that stage so that you can send the boss to an early grave instead of actually fighting it. I did that. And I get to a stage called, I think it's Sector 6, which is the hardest stage in all of Star Fox. It is fucking brutal. You are bombarded from the beginning till the end with enemies just coming at you, satellites shooting lasers at you, missiles, frigate ships, everything is trying to kill you.
Is that because you got out of everything else easy?
No, because that's like the actual true path to end the game. And it gets fucking brutal after that. So I had my best run ever in that stage.
Look at you.
Like, I didn't get hit once, right? I took the final boss down, because the final boss has like 3 things that you have to do. Like the first one is blow up the balls, take down a little bit of health, break its arms. Then it comes back, break the balls, break the arms. It comes back, it shoots a laser at you, disappears, come back, break the balls. And once you break the balls, then you can shoot the core. I took him down in the first try. Once it opened the first time for the core, I took it out immediately. It's like, sweet. All right, let me go to the Venom. So I go to the last world. I have to fight Star Wolf again. And this time they're upgraded. And I always struggle a little bit with them. Oh, when I got to Sector 6, I had no bombs. I had one laser. So I had to get 2 lasers and then the hyper beam and a couple of bombs so I could get through the whole thing. I'm fighting Star Wolf. Wolf is shooting me, kicking my ass all over the place. I kill all of Star Wolf, kill Wolf. I have like 2/3 of my health left. And I go into the final boss against Andros. Break Andros' face, then I fight his brains and eyeballs, because that you heard me say, only I have the brains to rule my lat. So I figured out that he throws the eyeballs out. You chase the eyeballs, take them out, and then you have to shoot his brain. If you shoot his brain, he disappears and pops right behind you. So if you do a U-turn, and you start shooting without looking, you're either gonna hit his the bottom part of his brain or the brain. If you hit the bottom part, you do damage. If you hit the brain, he just disappears, and you have to do the U-turn. So it's a really easy way to cheese the game. Because if you get too close, he'll grab you and he'll break your wings. So you'll lose your lasers. I killed him so fast. I was like, this was the worst run that I've had in a very long time, turned into the best run I've had in a very long time. And like,
impressive.
I wasn't even going for like a high score or anything, but I was over 1,000 points, which the high score that I have on the 64 version is like 1,200 points. So I had like 1,030 points or something like that. And it was so much fun. I had so much fun.
That's awesome.
I also blame that the way that the buttons are mapped on the Switch controller are a little bit weird, because it is the 64 controller being translated into the Switch controller, and it's just kind of stupid. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I always thought the Nintendo 64 controller kind of looked like an alien.
What do you mean?
I don't know. In my head, it looked like an alien or an alien ship. It's really bulky, and like that whole middle thing, now it just looks like a dong to me. It's weird. It's a really weird controller. I feel like I remember struggling with how to hold it sometimes in the beginning. It's been a long time.
The way that you hold it is by the middle.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You're lying to me.
You grab by the middle. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Do you really?
Yes.
I can't tell if you're making a lion face or not.
So in the middle, you have the joystick.
Yeah.
You have the C button.
Yeah.
And then you have...
Oh, I swear I held it like this.
No, because these two, the L button and the D-pad are pretty much useless on the 64.
I don't remember. It's been too long.
Yeah, you hold it down the middle.
Okay. I don't think I did that. I'm pretty sure I held it by the sides. To play Mario Kart, that's really all I played. Mario Kart, Dig Dug, and Pac-Man.
There are so many people.
And what's the Galaga?
Galaga. There are so many people that I know that held it
wrong
by the sides and then just like stretched their thumb out.
I think I did that. I think I did. I think I would need to hold one and bring back my muscle memory.
And you know what's funny? When we went to the Nintendo store, they had them for the Switch, and I should have bought one.
You should have.
They were $60.
Oh, no, you shouldn't have. Glad you didn't. Peace out.
I should have bought
Nope.
one. I kind of regret that shit. But what's your last book?
Oh, God. Maybe talking about this will get me out of finishing this book. Because I made the mistake of telling you some things about this book, and you got this evil glint in your eyes saying, oh, this would be so good for the podcast.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was.
Oh, you're going to remember as soon as I tell you.
Okay.
So I had been excited for this book ever since I saw it announced. I was like, oh my gosh.
Secretly
that cover. Yes. It's like, it looks just like her other book covers that I loved. This is going to be perfect. Perfect. I went and grabbed it the day it came out, which was literally the night before we went to New York. I wound up taking it to New York with me so that I could take pictures of it. I did take one whole picture. I didn't crack it open at all till we came back. And I saw on someone's Instagram story that they complained that they were DNFing it because the male love interest was intolerable because he is essentially Niles Crane. And I was like, that can't be. Nobody would do that. And then I started reading it. Oh my God, stop.
Stop what?
You're making the cringy Niles smile.
I love that
I
smile. It's so funny.
can't. Then I started reading it and I was like, oh, fuck my life. This is really what's happening. Like, this person was spot on when they said I'm DNFing this book because the love interest is Niles Crane. I love Frasier with all of my heart. I am about to finish it probably in the next couple days.
It would be like the
for the like
fifth time in the past 2 years.
Yeah, no, probably like the fifth time in the last 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah,
right.
I've restarted it several times here recently because I've essentially got it on constantly at this point. It is my biggest comfort show of all time. You thought Downton Abbey was bad, but at least you enjoy this one.
I prefer
for the most
this to
part.
Downton Abbey.
Yeah, and you've more or less gotten into it.
There are some episodes that we've watched so much that I can't.
Yeah,
stand.
there are some episodes that I just really don't like the missing cassette tape one where he has the
my
cabinet
Lord.
with all of his episodes recorded. Yeah, I don't care for that episode. But anyway, I
don't
love
like
as
the
much as I
episode.
love, huh?
I don't like the episode where the episodes where they're mean to Marty.
Yeah, that makes me
Like-
sad. Like the Halloween episode that may or not it's not Halloween, it's Heroes. Was it Halloween though? Whatever, where they dress up as their heroes. That episode's really hard to watch.
The one where he needs somebody to walk Eddie.
To walk Eddie, yeah, when he was going back to work,
He
and
just
they're all fighting and trying to pawn it off on each other.
like he just tells them I love you and gives them kisses and
Yeah.
leaves and the episode ends.
Yeah.
I don't like that about Frasier. Like some episodes just have like no resolution. They just end.
Yeah, and there's somewhat a continuing storyline. Like obviously there's like a minor storyline that continues, but it's not a drama.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyways,
Anyway, as much as I
Loverboy.
love Frasier,
Crane.
Niles Crane is not a romance novel love interest.
Are you sure?
I am 1000%
I'm
positive.
sure anybody.
I would
can
even go
be-
a step further and say that she's written this guy so annoying that he's even more like that random dude that Daphne meets at a bar and brings back to the apartment, and they're all like appalled because he's like Niles's twin. Have you seen that episode?
No.
I gotta show you that episode. It's upsetting. Very upsetting. But
So does the dude in the book like wipe his seat before he sits
he's
down?
really anal. Like he's trying to write a book right now, and he sets himself 30-minute timers. And if you take him out of his routine, he's sitting there constantly thinking about how many more minutes he's got to set himself back. And he's just really meticulous and prissy. Niles Crane is prissy. Let's be real.
You said metrosexual.
He is very metrosexual, and I'm sorry that there's nothing wrong with that at all, but I find it very hard to be attracted to that. I've never found Niles Crane attractive.
Are you sure?
I am positive. No, oh God, stop. Stop with the smile.
So weird.
I love him in his little sitcom context. I love him being in love with Daphne, but should I pine after him? No.
Not even once?
No. Do I want to see a Niles and Daphne sex scene? No. Never. Not even close. No. I'd take Frasier over Niles any day.
A Ross and Daphne sex scene.
Oh my God. I cannot with you. But anyway, on top of that, the story's just kind of stupid. It's kind of terrible.
It's like an episode of Frasier.
No.
Like when Niles sets fire to his apartment.
I love that episode
it's
so much.
It's so much
so
fucking
silly.
chaos in
It's
so little
wonderful.
time. It's like bumbling.
It's wonderful. Oh gosh. But it just jumps around in ways that don't make sense. It's just bad. It's bad, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
So, done? My turn?
Yeah, your turn. More Star Fox?
More Star Fox.
Oh my God.
Man, if you didn't enjoy the last Star Fox thing, you're definitely not going to enjoy this one. So I was watching a video today. It was the 30th anniversary history of Star Fox. right? And I watched this video, right? And it's like going over through the entire history of how Star Fox came to be and where it is now. It's 2 hours long. I watched the entire thing. It
Oh,
was
shit.
fantastic.
That's what you were watching in here.
Yes, it was entertaining as fuck. It was so good. Like they started from the people at Argonaut, where they came from, who they were, how they eventually met with Nintendo, how Nintendo managed to bribe them to create the Super Effects chip for Star Fox to actually run on the Super Nintendo, which is a whole thing. It's incredible. These people they were all high school dropouts and they were fucking brilliant. Like they reversed engineer a Game Boy to play 3D graphics on a Game Boy. It was fucking amazing. So it goes through the whole thing, and they told the story of Star Fox Zero, and I lived through the whole thing with Star Fox Zero, but I didn't have a Wii U as much as I wanted one when Star Fox Zero was going to be a thing. And it started out with what I told you about Shigeru Miyamoto, Satoru Iwata, and Reggie Fils-Aimé being puppets and eventually turning into like the Star Fox team in their E3 presentation, which I got to show you because it's adorable. It's so funny and cute. And basically, Iwata had done like this report saying, this is where we're at right now. We're losing money on the Wii U. We're hemorrhaging money on it. We need to get it off the ground because the Wii U came after the Wii, and the Wii was big because it was motion controls and everybody and their mother could play. So like, okay, this is the new thing. This is the new Wii, the Wii U. It's a tablet. And people are like, we don't care. So he was like, okay, so we're going to make a game that's going to push the Wii U to save it. And that was Star Fox Zero. Star Fox Zero, they decided to do this thing where you see the game on the TV, but you have your main aiming on the tablet. Not only do you have your main aiming on the tablet, it's motion controlled. So you have to tilt it.
Oh.
Not
nice.
Not
oh,
nice.
Right. Duh. That thing.
I hate that so much.
Oh, boy.
I feel like they would have done way better. Like they were saying that when the game released in Japan in the first month, it only sold 25,000 units. Splatoon was a brand new series on the Wii U, and it sold 138,000 units in Japan on the first month. So there was a big fucking disparity. People did not care about Star Fox because of the forced motion controls. I feel like if they would have done it where the motion controls were optional, like they did on the 3DS Star Fox game, it would have been a hell of a lot better. And I tell you, I've played 4 or 5 stages already of Star Fox Zero, and you can basically play it without using the motion controls. But when they tell you you have to use the motion controls,
you have to.
You have to use the motion controls. You're not gonna get anywhere. Like I'm sure that there was a time limit on the fight that I hit because I was trying to not use the motion controls, and because I hit that time limit, like the story diverged, so I had to go through a separate path. That being said, I fucking love the game.
That's good.
It looks incredible. The voice acting is super cheesy. Like they did the thing where the animations on the characters when they talk on their little computers looks like a puppet. So there's you know how puppets move? They're like like that, like flapping. That's kind of how they look when they talk.
Is that the one you were playing today while I was on the computer?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounded really corny.
It's super corny. It's fucking great. And originally, the idea for Star Fox was there's the fucking Thunderbirds show, which are all puppets. I want to make Thunderbirds but animals, so they're all puppets too. So they have flapping mouths and dead eyes and all that shit. And when they're in their little screens, it looks like that. But it looks so pretty, and it is so fun to play. It is super entertaining. I think that if they would have taken out the motion controls, they would have had a massive hit. And if they were to port it to the Switch and take out the motion controls, it would sell like crazy because people are starved for Star Fox. I'm starved for Star Fox. I'm people.
Oh my gosh.
I'm people. I will buy 3 copies, Nintendo.
Bless him.
So I don't even know what else to say because it's like a. So the story of Star Fox goes Star Fox 64, Adventures, Assault, Command, and in Command they kind of have like an ending, but there's not a canon ending because there's 9 different endings to the game. This Star Fox Zero is like a reboot of the series, but it's a retelling of Star Fox 64, which is a retelling of the original Star Fox. So you have like a lot of the same beats from Star Fox 64, like word for word, especially like the first stage, just like word for word, the first stage of Star Fox 64. And there are some things that I didn't think that they were going to do, like some of the planets and some of the things that happen in these planets where they do it. And even though it's like a different take on it, it works really well. Like I am like, oh, that reminds me of that time in Star Fox when this happened.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm having a great time. I can't wait to finish it. I'm probably going to finish it after we finish recording because God,
You love it.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Like I am living my best Star Fox life. I feel like I found a shit ton of new games that I have never played before, which I honestly I never played or paid attention enough to play, and I'm happy with Star Fox right now.
That's awesome.
I need more.
Well, you're going to get more discussion, aren't you?
No, I need more Star Fox.
Oh, I can't help you there.
Yeah. I promise this is the last time that I will give you so much Star Fox in such little time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do we want to go ahead and do a super expedited
Yes.
Gorbage?
Yes, because we disagree and there's not much to say about it.
Okay. Do you want to introduce it?
This is Give Me the Gorbage. This week's restaurant is Aussie Grill. Not only is this going to be expedited because we disagree, but also because it's been several weeks since we ate there, so our memory's going to probably be a little bit fuzzy. But basically, this Aussie Grill opened near Chris's job, and he decided to try it without me because he doesn't care, apparently.
Oh, shut up.
And then he was like, you have to have it. You're going to love it. And yeah, so we went, and we had...
Before you continue, Aussie Grill is like...
It's like a fast food Outback.
It's Outback,
but not even...
Outback's version of fast food.
Yeah.
It's like Aussie Grill.
Because it's not like Outback menu stuff.
They do have steaks and shit, and the bloomin' onion. But,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
So what were these burgers that we had? You ordered for us. You were like, I know what we need to eat.
It's called like the bacon explosion or like the spicy bacon bomb or something. It's a cheeseburger with onion jam, which is super good. It's bacon onion jam. Some house-made pickles, which are more cucumber than pickle, which I love. And they have bacon on top of that, so extra strips of bacon. And they have a whole-ass jalapeno on top.
A whole ass. Mm-hmm. And we got some special fries.
Zesty fries.
Zesty fries.
Yes, they're sweet and zesty, powdery. They're creamy, so fucking good. I love them.
Yes, so I had really high expectations. Our food came to the table and it looked amazing. And I did not really enjoy any of it. The fries tasted too smoky, in my opinion.
They are kind of smoky. Yeah.
And I don't know. I honestly think the Buc-ee's ruined all smoky foods for me.
Probably.
Gonna be real. So they tasted overwhelmingly smoky. I felt like the flavors just didn't go together. I don't know. And the burger tasted like nothing. It tasted like absolutely nothing. I couldn't taste the jam. I couldn't taste the bacon. The texture was there. I could taste the beef, but it wasn't seasoned well.
Wasn't
It was so plain.
Wasn't that when you were starting to get sick too?
No, it was when we were starting to get better. And I'm not saying like I couldn't taste at all, because I could taste the fries. I'm saying this had literally no flavor. You couldn't taste any layers of flavor. It was just a blob of sad burger. Like a McDonald's burger was better than this burger. There was McDonald's I could walk to.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wonder why you didn't like it. I don't know, because I really, really like those burgers. And that's the only thing I've had from them. And every time that I go, that's the only thing I get.
It was really boring.
I mean, it is a restaurant chain burger quality burger.
I know, but I like restaurant chain burger quality burgers.
They're not great.
Some of them are okay. But it did. You could not taste the flavors of those things that were supposed to be there.
I think maybe we should give this a redemption.
I'd be okay with that, but not yet.
The fries.
Not the fries. I do not want those fries again.
I fucking love those fries.
No.
They're sweet. They're smoky.
So smoky.
They're spicy.
They're so smoky.
Oh, they're so good.
And the sweet and spicy don't go together.
They hit everything.
Nope. I wholeheartedly disagree.
I think part of the reason why you didn't like it is because you took the pickles out
of the burger.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, and I ate them.
Oh.
I
couldn't taste the flavor of anything else. The pickle wasn't going to bring that flavor back. It's going to taste like pickle. Oh my God.
We don't know. You were just starting to get better, so maybe you still didn't have all your.
I could taste those fucking fries. I could taste them. And the jalapeno. I made the mistake of biting into the jalapeno, and I wanted to die. Whew.
I am going to be honest.
I also thought it was grilled. It was icy cold.
Yeah, it's icy cold. Like it's like taken out of a cold jar.
Yeah, why would you put an icy cold jalapeno toothpick to the top of a burger? Like, why wouldn't you put it on the side?
I usually eat the entire jalapeno.
You were dying.
I was fucking dying.
Your eyes were watering and everything.
Jalapenos were fucking.
They were kicking
pissed.
Your ass.
Oh, they were not happy.
Yeah, I don't know how you ate as much of it as you did.
I did, and I enjoyed it.
Because I thought I'd take a bite of the burger and a bite of the jalapeno.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Not that
nope.
time.
Not that day. No. Not today, Satan.
No.
Woo.
I think it's good.
Nope.
I think it's close to almost. I think it's close to almost garbage. You think it's what?
I think it's almost garbage.
Almost garbage?
Yeah.
So do you want to compromise and give it a meh?
Sure. That works.
So Aussie Grill.
We'll try it again at some other point.
Yeah, Aussie Grill is a meh for now.
Yeah. Big meh.
I might have that for lunch tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. No. You have lunch you can take with you.
I don't want that.
Yes, you do.
Grill. All right. So are you ready to end the show, Karradyne?
I'm ready.
You want to say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.